Anyway, Carter, we're making like a little thing for Lewis.
Yeah.
As it's going away, so we got a couple questions.
All right.
The first one is like, what was the first time that you met Lewis, and like, what was your first impression of Lewis?
Was born today, and I'll tell you how. The clouds above opened up and let it out.
Okay, so the strongest memory from the first time I met Lewis was you know, talking with him, you know, and of course it came out that he had been to Japan, that he's gay, that and so of course I brought up that, like, well, you know, do you like Japanese guys? And he said, no, I don't like Japanese guys, I like Colombians. He just gave me this look. I was like, oh shit, you know, and it made me doubt my heterosexuality for about, you know, half a second, but then
you went back.
But I went back, you know, I came back from the edge, but you know, that comment and the fact that he would, you know, occasionally touch my ass. So I guess that's the strongest memory that I have.
Did he like work it in like in weird ways? Like, hey, we just ate that meal. Good game. Tell me about your first impression of Lewis, like the first time that you met Lewis.
The first time I met him, I thought he was really quiet. I didn't think he was gay at all. Actually,
that doesn't have to be a thing.
I did not think he was gay. I just thought he was a quiet dude.
Oh, you're gonna try math on him.
When was it though?
But I don't know. At some point, I was just like, this guy is really cool, and we sing Adele together, and I love him, and I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I think that's later on.
I really didn't think he was gay the first time I met him.
Well, what? Tell us about the first time you met him.
We ate dinner at Shubohachi. Yes. And he was just really quiet. And I hear Harry Potter.
He was really quiet the whole time?
He was really quiet, yeah. And so I didn't really know. I didn't have much to go on.
I see.
But I just know he was really cool. And then we started talking. He's just my best friend. I don't know what to do when he...
No.
That's good. Well, just tell us your first memory. Like, how did you
your first memory
meet
with Lewis? How did you meet
Lewis?
My first memory of Lewis. First time I spoke to Lewis was at Mossberger after the mid-year conference.
Really?
Yeah.
That was like the first time I talked to you, really.
Yeah. I think it's the first time I talked to most you guys from last year. But yeah, that's the first time I met Lewis, and I talked to him a lot on that day.
Well, what did y'all talk about?
Well, I'd seen some photos on Nicole's Facebook, and I thought, oh, this guy's alright. So, yeah. So I went up to him and said hello.
I see.
Yeah.
Alright. Anyway, I want to know about the first time that you ever met Lewis.
What?
Just like tell me about what happened, like the first time. Like tell me about whenever you first met Lewis.
Alright. We were in Osaka, and I had just met him. Thought he was pretty cool, and then we went shopping and shit with everyone else, right? And I noticed that he was hanging out with the girls rather than the guys.
Who were the girls, though?
It was like Jocelyn and Carolina.
Ah.
But I noticed that he was hanging out with them a lot more than hanging with the guys. You know, like, you know what I mean?
No, I know.
No, I have no idea what you mean.
So from there, I was like, this guy's probably gay. And sure enough, he was.
Dun dun dun.
And after that, what was your impression of him?
I mean, I was like, yeah, that's cool. And after that, we all went to the onsen together. So I was like, whatever.
It was cool, right?
It's a beautiful message.
Cool.
What was the first time that you met Lewis?
I I first met Lewis at Jalapenos.
Ah.
So eating Mexican food while meeting a Mexican.
What did you think about Lewis whenever you first met him?
I thought this man really likes to sing all the time. What was your first memory of meeting Lewis?
The first time that I met Lewis, I think it was at orientation, and we were in the same orientation group. And I remember, like, out of all the people in my orientation group, like, I thought, like, Lewis is the coolest, you know? Like, I can actually talk to Lewis, and these other people I really can't talk to that much. But, you know, over time, like, I started, like, talk to Lewis more, and, you know, even when it was still in that orientation phase, like, I knew, like, out of all these people, like, Lewis is the person that I can be friends with the most. So that was my first impression.
That's
That's very
beautiful.
nice, yeah.
Alright,
Man.
so, what was your first impression of Lewis, and, like, what was, like, the first time that you met Lewis?
Actually, well, my first impression of Lewis was through Facebook when I was in America.
Oh, nice.
And it was just him in Facebook pictures getting smooches from all these different ladies throughout Wakayama. And I was like, what a slut.
Nice.
No, I don't know. Lewis was, him and Jocelyn are pretty tight, so he was just like down the first weekend. So like he was one of the first Jet people I met.
Nice.
Pretty cool guy.
What's the thing that you're gonna miss most about Lewis?
I'm gonna miss most about Lewis. His sense of humor.
We have, like, a certain, like, sense of humor and, like, a certain set of inside jokes, you know?
The thing I'm gonna miss the very most about Lewis is that sassy look he gives people. Like, if you do something stupid, you know.
Yes.
You know,
He's got a way of when someone says something and he just looks at that person and is like, you know.
Yeah.
Just that look that he does.
I know the look.
Yeah, it's good.
it's that look.
It's the
And
Lewis
it's so
look, like,
piercing and it's so perfect.
It is, yeah.
it's like,
You know, and it says everything you could possibly want to say about a stupid person in half a second. It's all right there.
He doesn't even need to say something. It's just he's funny without even saying anything.
God, just singing together. Just singing together, playing guitar and singing together. We're up to like 181 views, by the way.
I don't have that guy to like be competitive with, you know.
The thing I'm gonna miss most about Lewis is how good of a friend he was to Chris.
oh,
That's perfect.
Every week, like, I would go to Hongu, and we could interact, like, about twice a week, and sometimes more than that on the weekends, you know? And there was always, like, a certain sense of, like, we know each other with Lewis, and I don't really have that anymore, so, like, that's what I'm gonna miss the most about Lewis.
Like, I don't know, Lewis is just like a cool dude. I've been to a few Jet events, but also like every weekend, there's just something going on in Tanabe, and Lewis always comes down, so just the Tanabe people hang out every weekend, and he's always been there, and like I have his students in my classes, so essentially he welcomed me to Japan as much as anyone else has, possibly more.
For your last question, like, Lewis is on a desert island.
Yeah.
Like, what tool are you gonna give him?
A dildo.
My dick. Probably water. If a water bottle wrapped and rubber banded around a magazine called Eupangus Uranus.
A mirror.
What does that do?
Oh, okay, a boat.
I think I would send him, like pure alcohol.
John's asshole. And a dildo.
Okay.
I would give him hot Cheetos. That seems like something he would like.
I'm gonna give him an iPod full of Lady Gaga and Adele songs so he can sing along with it, because I know that's what makes him happy.
I think that Lewis would need a boombox and the Glee soundtrack.
Aw.
That's pretty good. On tape, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good, because he won't have anywhere to plug that boombox in.
Yeah,
So.
and I'll need a shit ton of batteries.
Alright. So, and then now say whatever you like as a farewell message to Lewis.
Lewis, it's gonna be really sad seeing you go because obviously everybody loved you, and I really hope I get to see you again. So please come down to Austin, Texas. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Lewis.
I'm coming for you.
Lewis, I love you, man. You'll be missed. Good luck in Chicago.
I don't know how I'm gonna live here without him. I don't know. I got so used to him being here. I thought I was gonna say goodbye, and I did, but he ended up staying. And I'm sorry he had to stay here, but I'm really happy that he's going home. He needs to go home and live his life. And I know I'm not gonna forget him ever.
Everyone in the Ken loves you, man. We're gonna miss you, and I really hope I'm gonna see you again.
Lewis, I'm gonna miss you a lot, but this is definitely not the last time that I'll see you. I know that you'll be at my wedding, and I hope that I'll be at yours. And this is see you later, but not goodbye.
Bless the broken road that led me straight to you. Yes, it did. I think about the years I spent just passing through. I'd like to have the time I lost and give it back to you. But you just smile and take my hand.